Alright, Shalom. This is your brother Counsel coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. So this, you see on the lesson, the title is "Listen, Taking Heed to Counsel or Advice from Bros." Okay, will save you from a world of trouble, in a world of pain. All right, taking heed to wise counsel will save you from a world of trouble and a world of pain. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. This is Proverbs chapter 12 and 15. It says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes." And we understand what the scriptures talk about in Proverbs 3rd chapter when it talks about, pretty much don't take heed, to yourself. All right. So it says, Proverbs 3 and 5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding." 1 second, Salaki. All right, Salaki, I'm back. So I'm going to read that again. Proverbs 3 and 5. "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding." So that means don't think you got it. Don't think you just missed it right all the time and like you don't need counsel. Prime example. There's individuals like these famous people out here. They usually are kind of like buku rich, whatever you want to call it. They got millions. What the hell do you think they need to understand how to stay rich and how to continue gaining wealth? They need a financial advisor. All right. Damn near certain Kanye West doesn't do his own finances, or fucking Beyonce. No, they have a financial advisor. All right. They advise them of what they should do and what they shouldn't do. Athletes. All right. Main ones you hear about is like the basketball. Basketball athletes be always going bankrupt. But the ones who stay consistent are the ones who have financial advisors in their corner, advising them what they should and should not do. And I can give you that advice. You ain't got to listen to it, but it will behoove you to do this so you can be better in the long run. All right. So I'm going to get a precept to this in the book of Sirach. See, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 and 2. It says, "Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart." Verse 3, "And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride." You see that? Following after your own mind, what you think is right, it will ultimately end up, I'm going to say it in a vulgar sense, will ultimately end up you getting fucked up, all right? Or something messing up in your life. Because what you think is right is really ain't, and therefore now you're in a shit situation because you didn't want to go and seek counsel like the scriptures tell you to go seek counsel, all right? So taking heed to counsel, seeking counsel, will save you from a world of pain, distress, anguish, anger, lividness, whatever you want to say it, that's a quote-unquote negative terminology or connotation. And then you'll be opposite of all that, which is happiness, gladness. You can actually feel joy, because you took heed to counsel that prevented you from doing something stupid. All right? So this is Proverbs 12 and 15 again. It says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes." So if you're going off your own way, you're a fool. All right. It says, "But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise, and be a wise one and hearken unto counsel." Now, Israel in a whole I'm just keeping it real, because we're in the predicament that we are now because Israel in a whole decided to follow after their own minds. So Israel in a whole were acting as a fool. All right. This is simple scripts. Deuteronomy 28 and 1. It says, "And it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken." Again, the Lord is using the word if. If, meaning he's giving you a choice. He's advising you right now. Because an advisor, let's go back to saying a financial advisor. Hey, you just got a $300 million contract, okay? If you take 75% of that money and put it aside in savings, in about 10 years, that 75% that you put aside will quadruple in earnings, all right? And then you'll be set. Your kids will be set. Your grandkids will be set. Your great-grandkids will be set for life. If you put 75% of your $300 million guaranteed contract aside and save it, and forget about the big glorious house and the Ferrari with the drop top and all them Instagram models and going out to the club. Forget all of that. Just forget that. Okay, just take 75% and put it aside. And then whatever you got for the 25%, matter of fact, yeah, with that 25%, you can do what you want. Okay? If you want to go get a new car, go get a new car. If you want to buy a house, go buy a house with it. Shit. Even if you want to invest that 25% in something else, which I would advise you to do that so you can have an extra flow of money coming in to pay for your living. But I strongly advise you to do that 75%. Now, here's the other thing. If you don't want to put 75% aside, I mean, you could go 50-50, but you're not going to be as well off. And it's going to be a longer process for you to be well off and okay in the latter end. So it's what you want to do. It's the same thing that the Lord is saying right here. That's why the scriptures say, I present to you today life and death. All right? So Deuteronomy 28:1, and it shall come to pass, if, I'm advising you, thou shalt hearken diligent unto the voice of the Lord thy power. Meaning it will behoove you to listen to the Lord, to observe and do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, and if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, the Lord thy power. So this is an advice, a strong, stern admonition, all right, that has been given to Israel if you do this. Now, we all are sitting here, sorry to, spoil the story, but we're sitting here in slavery, right? So we all obviously understand Israel played the fool and did not hearken into the first part of the Deuteronomy 28. Instead, we jump down to the 15th verse. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And of course, go all the way down to verse 68, and those are the curses that have came upon us to this very day, because we didn't take heed to counsel that was given by Moses, and we didn't take heed and hearken unto the words of the Lord's stern admonition. Really, because the word admonition or advice goes to the word warning. All right. Another word, caveat. All right. Which is a warning. We didn't take heed to the warning. So this brings us to Deuteronomy, the 9th chapter. Deuteronomy 9:7. It says, remember and forget not how thou provokest the Lord thy power to wrath in the wilderness when we came out of Egypt, from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt until ye came into this place. Ye have been rebellious against the Lord. You have not taken heed to the advice and to the counsel. Therefore, you went with your own mind. You played the fool, and now you're going to fucking pay for it. All right? So it says, also in Horeb you provoked the Lord to wrath, so that the Lord was angry with you to have destroyed you. So the Lord was so mad at us at one point that he literally wanted to get rid of us in a hole. He was like, I'm done with y'all. I'm tired of y'all. I'm going to skip down on here a little bit. It says, verse 13, furthermore, the Lord spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people, meaning a proud, obstinate, hard-headed, stubborn people. Anyone who is obstinate or stubborn is caught in their ways, which being obstinate or stubborn alludes or goes with pride. Okay? They go hand in hand because you're stuck in your ways and no one can tell you anything because you think you're just Mr. or Mrs. Right all the damn time. And it's not the case. So verse 14, it says, let me alone that I may destroy them. Right. This goes back to what Jeremiah was saying here, Salakia, in Jeremiah 15:1. It says, then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind cannot be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. Why? Because they can't take heed to counsel. All right? And we're in a new eon to where we have the opportunity to take heed to counsel again and make the right decision this time. All right? And there's only going to be a handful of people to do that. Okay? And then after I'm done with these scripts, I'm going to talk in a sense how it can be more, in a sense of more specific or personal to each viewer who watches this video. All right? So it says, verse 14, it says, let me alone that I may destroy them and blot out their name from under heaven. You got to see how angry the Lord was. Like literally was like, I'm just going to erase Israel. I'll deal with Elam or something. I don't know. I'll choose a nation that's mightier than them. It'll be easier to work with. All right. It even says that in the book of Ezekiel. Like even if he spoke to another nation, they will understand it and accept it better than you Israelites. It says, verse 14, let me alone that I may destroy them. Meaning he was telling Moses, man, leave me the hell alone. I don't care what you got to say. I'm about to just wipe them off the face of the earth real quick because they can't listen to nothing. It says, and I will make of thee a nation mightier and greater than they. You see? So pretty much he was telling Moses, like, I'm going to wipe these and then you could lead a different people. All right? But Moses, of course, pleaded with the Lord not to do that. So here we are. We're in slavery all these times from then on because we couldn't listen to the Lord. And even after this, we couldn't listen to the Lord. But like I said, now we have the chance. So now I want to speak just off a little 2 cents here when it comes to your personal walk. Just with any little petty little thing. All right? Because there's things that we go through that aren't that significant, but sometimes you still have a hard decision, a time making the decision on. And sometimes you got to call a brother or two. Hey, what should I do? All right. So let's hear the logic of it. So if you do get to the point and do, shake off any type of pride that you might have to actually extend, try to get some help. All right, that are to the hands that are already extended to you for help. And then you get the counsel, but you just, I don't want to do that. What was the damn point for you to even call the brother or talk to the brother on the side? What was the point? You just wasted your time if you're already premeditated in your mind not to do it. Therefore, you're going to go do your own thing. The least you could do is at least apply a little bit of what the brother was saying. All right, because most bros have already gone. If you're going to a brother for counsel, usually you're going to a brother who's been in, the truth longer than you, straight up, because the Lord has been taking them down the crooked path to gain the wisdom to counsel. All right, and he's probably been through similar, or if not the exact same situation you're going through right now. Prime example: if you need to buy a car, are you going to go to a brother who does not have a car, or are you going to go to a brother who has a car? Hey, how did you get your car? What deal did you get on it? What should you say? What dealership did you go to? Did you buy new? Did you buy used? How much did you put down? What do you think I should do? Here's my situation. And that's another thing. If you're seeking counsel, be ready to open up. All right? Tell the truth about things. Stop being so damn secretive. Okay? Be ready to open up and tell the situations that you might be going through. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've bought a house before. Buying a house, you have to sit down with an advisor And they have to give me your social, give me your credit score. Let's see all the bills that you have. Why are you delinquent with this? You need to get this caught up. How much money do you make? Let me see your 3-4 years worth of W-2s. Who's all the companies that you worked for? They're going to ask you personal questions that you may not feel so comfortable asking, but answering. But they're going to be like, okay, if you don't want to answer it, then fuck it. You obviously don't want the house thing. So it's the same thing with a brother when you're seeking counsel. If he does happen to ask you, hey, well, what is this, that, and the third? Be prepared to answer it so he can help you in the best way possible. What you're going to give him? Half-ass answers? Okay, he'll give you half-ass counsel, and then you're going to look at him, man, he can't give no counsel. But I'm just going off of what you gave me. It's a simple saying, help me help you. And another simple saying, you can't help nobody who doesn't want to be helped. And if you show a pattern of you not want to be helped, if you can't be open to things, and you can't share things. So this, matter of fact, let me get a classic precept here in the book of Hebrews. Say it's the 13th chapter. Okay? Hebrews 13-16. But to do good and communicate, all right? But to do good and to communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifices the Most High is well pleased. I always get this word communicate, koinonia in the Greek, and it says what? Fellowship, association, community, communion, joint participation, all right? And the point here, the share which one has in anything. So you're supposed to share anything with the brother that you are seeking counsel from. And then once you give him all information that you have compiled that you can give him, that should be enough information for him to give you a satisfied counsel and advice, and then take that advice and do it. You see what I'm saying? If you're injured, like prime example, if someone came to me, hey man, I gotta, my knee's kind of hurting. All right, brother, I done had knee surgery and blew my knee out. All right, and I had that, so I know exactly how it feels. I know how after pain feels. I know how it feels to tear your ACL, tear meniscus, tear your patella tendon. My whole fucking knee is fucked up. I'm sure I can give you a good advice on what it is. But where's your pain at? Is it in the left side of the knee? Is it right down in the middle where the patella tendon is? Is it kind of in the inside where the PCL and the ACL intertwine? Is it kind of on the inner lower part of the knee where your meniscus is? Because there's certain little stinging spots to where you can tell what is hurting your meniscus, your ACL, your PCL, your patella. I need to know something so I can give you. If you just come in, my knee hurt, I'm gonna be like, okay, ice it. What the fuck you want me to say? You know, you're gonna get mad because I already knew to do that. Well, you're not giving me information to where I can give you an adequate advice or counsel. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing when it comes to counsel, it's a two-way street, you know? So that's my 2 cents. Don't mean to ramble on, but I hope it does make sense at the end of the day, you know? But take heed to counsel. It will save you from a world of trouble and a world of pain, you know? So Lord willing, that was edifying. We give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Brother Kashaqual, until the next time, I'm going to say shalom. And like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believed. Shalom.